The August 18th, 2025 meeting of the Bay City City Commission will come to order. The city clerk will give the invocation, which will be followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Cubitt.
Here.
Coakley.
Here.
Bernie Obershaw.
Here.
Tenney.
Here.
DeWitt.
Here.
Rumberg.
Here.
Charlebois.
Here.
Morris. And Mr. Mayor.
Present. Is there a motion to excuse Commissioner Morris? Commissioner Coakley.
I'd like to excuse Commissioner Morris.
Thank you. Commissioner Runberg. Is there a second? Second. Is there any objection? He did message me and say he had a customer show up at the last minute, so he'll be here a little late. All right, no objection. Commissioner Morris is excused, and we have a quorum. So the first order of business is the adoption of the agenda. Is there a motion to adopt the agenda? Commissioner Tenney.
Move to approve the agenda as presented.
Is there a second? Commissioner Runberg.
Second.
Thank you. Do any members of the commission wish to add any item to the agenda? Commissioner Bernie Obershaw.
Yes.
Okay. I understand. You have two items, so if you want to read both of them individually, and we can take them individually.
I would like to read them individually.
Okay.
Okay, my first, my first one is requesting for CDBG funding documentation for Bernie Park. Whereas Bernie Park has been identified as a priority target for the CDBG funding over several years, and whereas concerns exist regarding actual expenditure of CDBG funding allegedly allocated to Bernie Park improvements, and whereas transparency funding, federal funding usage is essential for public trust in HUD compliance. Now therefore, be it resolved that the city manager shall provide within 30 days, 1, funding records from 2020 through 2025. Total CDBG funds allocated to Bernie Park by fiscal year. Documentation designating Bernie Park as CDBG funding target. Public meeting records discussing Bernie Park CDBG allocations. 2, expenditure records. Actual CDBG expenditures for Bernie Park with amount targets, dates. Contractor and procedure records for CDBG funding Bernie Park work. Project completion documentation. Reconciliation, comparison of allocations versus expended CDBG amounts for Bernie Park. Explanation of any variances. Status unspent allocations. 4, alternative uses. Documentation of Bernie Park CDBG funds were used if they were used elsewhere. Approval processes for any reallocations. Compliance verification for alternative uses. Reporting written report, this is 5, reporting written report to commission. Public availability per FOIA. presentation at public meeting. Failure to comply results in agenda placement for the next commission meeting. Commissioner Bernie Obershaw.
Thank you. Is there a second? Commissioner Runberg.
Second.
All right, would the clerk please call the roll to add this to the agenda?
Commissioner Coakley,
Yes.
Bernie Obershaw,
Yes.
Tenney,
Yes.
DeWitt,
Yes.
Rumberg,
Yes.
Charlebois,
Yes.
Cubit.
Yes.
7 yes.
All right, that item will appear on the agenda. You have another item? If you
Yes.
please read that.
This is my resignation, and it reads, I, 3rd Ward Commissioner Andrea Bernie Obershaw, will be resigning this day, August 18th, 2025, officially after the no-knock resolution vote. It has been my honor to be able to serve the people of the city of Bay City, Michigan. As I leave this chamber floor, I would like to say to my fellow colleagues to remember the oath we took to be seated at the largest table of the city, to uphold the health and safety of the people, to protect them from all harm, whether internally or external matters in this city hall. We are all one nation under God, one city called Bay City. We stand and pledge this every meeting. When you take a seat, you take the responsibility of the people of Bay City, Michigan. Take a stand for truth and transparency. Now, I want to say thank you to my 5 commissioners. I know that will be transparent and fight for the good of the people. I want to say thank you to those 5 commissioners. They have their own minds. They don't sleep on the job. They don't tattletale and write $800,000 or bouncing checks. And I have never seen one of them or heard of them robbing babies. I have never heard of them taking from the disabled, low-income people, or senior citizens. But I am not a person to gossip about these things that have happened in this
Commissioner,
chamber.
you need to read it as presented.
Okay,
Is that part of your resolution, or is that just
no,
your saying?
yes, that is part of my resignation, and I am allowed to talk.
No,
and
you
say-
have, this is just to add it to the agenda, so you have to read it exactly
Okay,
as it's
that's
written.
exactly what it says on my resignation.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, it's exactly what it says on my resignation. I'm allowed to say that, Mayor Gerard. If that hurts you before I leave, I'm sorry.
Are you done?
And then it says, for any questions, please feel free to reach out to www.tattletalebrownnose.gov. Mayor Gerard.
All right,
Thank you.
is there a second? That's not what it says, so you didn't read it properly.
It says www.tattletalebrownnose.gov.
Thank you. All right, is there a second, or yes, Commissioner Tenney?
Second.
Okay, discussion?
No, not time for this.
Oh, no discussion. Okay, so roll call vote.
Commissioner Bernie Obershaw,
Of course.
Tenney,
Yes.
DeWitt,
I'm saying yes, but I have also a point of order. This is considered a communication, not a resolution.
it's just going to be added to the regular agenda. It's not specified as what it is.
Perfect. Yes.
Thank you. Rumberg,
Yes.
Charlebois,
Yes.
Cubit,
Yes.
Oakley,
Yes.
7 yes.
Okay, the item's been added to the regular agenda. Is there any other items to be added to the regular agenda? Okay, seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll on the adoption of the agenda as amended?
Commissioner Tenney,
Yes.
DeWitt,
Yes.
Rumberg,
Yes.
Charlebois,
Yes.
Cubit,
Yes.
Oakley,
Yes.
and Bernie Obershaw.
Yes.
7 yes.
Okay, that has been amended. The next order of business is consent agenda. Do any members of the commission wish to make a change to the consent agenda? Commissioner Runberg.
Yes, I'd like to remove item 5, city manager recommending a 5-year agreement renewal with Axon Enterprise, and move it to the regular agenda.
Okay, consent agenda number 5 will be considered on the regular agenda. Any other items? Commissioner Coakley.
Item number 6, city manager recommending change order number 1 to contract with Tresmer Concrete and Excavating, Fenville, Michigan, in the decreased amount of $54,685.81 for the 2025 CDBG Sidewalk Replacement Project.
All right, thank you. That item will be added to the regular agenda. Any other items? Okay, seeing none, the next order of business calls for public input on the consent agenda. This is the opportunity for citizens to remove an item from the consent for consideration on the regular agenda. If anyone in the audience wishes to make a change, please come to the microphone, print your name on the registration sheet, state your name and address for the record, and the item you wish to have considered for the regular agenda. All right, seeing no one come forward, is a motion on consent agenda. Commissioner Tenney.
Move to approve the consent agenda.
Is there a second? Commissioner DeWitt.
Second.
Thank you. Will the clerk please call the roll on adoption of the consent agenda?
Commissioner DeWitt.
Yes.
Rumberg.
Yes.
Charlebois.
Yes.
Cubit.
Yes.
Oakley.
Yes.
Bernie Obershaw.
Yes.
Tenney.
Yes.
7 yes.
Okay, the consent agenda items have been approved. Next order of business calls for public input. Under the rules of the City Commission, each speaker will be allowed 5 minutes to speak. Commissioner Coakley will serve as the timekeeper. This is an opportunity for citizens to address the commission regarding any agenda item or any other matter. If anyone wishes to address the commission, please come forward, print your name on the registration sheet, and state your name and address for the record. And there is a sheet on that desk that asks to respect some of those things that are listed. I don't have the sheet I used to read. It went missing. Make sure the green light's on when you talk.
There, am I on now? There we go. Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Matthew Seuss, and I live at 1301 Lisk Drive. Reason I'm here this evening is I am a applicant for the 5th Ward Commission spot here in Bay City. I wanted to come and introduce myself publicly. Unfortunately, because I'm going to be out of town next Monday for a family wedding and trip, I will not be able to be here for the interviews set for next week. So I just wanted to, make an appearance, show my face, and introduce myself briefly to yourselves and to the community. So I am a lifelong Mid-Michigan resident. I grew up in Saginaw County, graduated from Freeland High School. I'm a first-generation American citizen. My parents are immigrants. I was born here in the United States. And I've owned a home here in Bay City for the last 5 years. So while I'm not a lifelong Bay City resident, I am a person who chose Bay City as a place where I want to live and reside. I also own a small building on Midland Street, in the Midland Street neighborhood, where I have 2 commercial and 2 residential tenants. My current job is I work as a legal services attorney with Legal Services of Eastern Michigan, primarily serving those who are at or below 200% of the poverty level. I have worked there as a landlord-tenant attorney, defending those facing eviction, oftentimes for unjust causes or from landlords who perhaps aren't following the law, running unregistered rentals, all of the like. Right now, I currently work as a consumer and bankruptcy attorney with a focus on preventing home foreclosure. And so preserving homes, preventing them from being lost either through tax foreclosure or mortgage foreclosure or some other cause. That's my primary work. Previously, a relevant experience is I've actually served on a city commission before. Back in Mount Pleasant in 2012, I was elected and served as city commissioner for 3 years, Mount Pleasant, Michigan, from 2013 through 2015. There, I managed to, I felt very proud with a lot of the things we were able to accomplish. Some of the things that I spearheaded was increasing the availability of recycling services to, or expanding the availability of recycling services to those outside of just single-family housing. At that time, renters were did not have access to recycling services, so we were able to expand those while I was there. We also led an effort to purchase a school park that was in the middle of a city neighborhood that had fell out of their priorities, and so it was just a dilapidated park in the neighborhood. We were able to enter a lease and restore that park during my time on the commission. And finally, was also was involved in the process of hiring a new city manager while we were there. So had a lot of experience with doing the national search, being on the committee, doing the interviews, and so that's one of the big things that we accomplished there. No comment on current managers. But so I feel that if I'm able to join the City Commission, I think a lot of my experiences there will be of value to this commission. I know there's interest in updating the housing code here in Bay City, and I feel I can be, as someone with experience on both sides of the landlord-tenant, I can provide a valuable experience there. Also in helping to preserve the single-family housing within Bay City as well, preventing homeownership loss and developing policy to support homeowners in Bay City. And then finally, just helping to support the continued focus on the fundamentals of city government, providing the infrastructure and services that community members expect. Had done that for 3 years in Mount Pleasant, and I feel successfully, and I think I can be an asset to this commission as well. So obviously, I'm going to be responding to your actual interview questions, but since I won't be there in person to interact with you then, I will be here after the meeting if any of you want to discuss that with me afterwards. But that's my introduction. Thank you all for your time.
Thank you. Anybody else like to come forward for public input?
Paul Kleinow, 1713 10th Street. I wrote this on my phone on the way in, so sorry if it runs a little long. I wanted to speak on the two outstanding issues relating to policing. We have the no-knock warrants resolution today and upcoming a flock resolution at some point. On no-knocks. No-knock warrants are and should be only an act of last resort in which waiting for any sort of surrender which will result in imminent loss of life, such as a hostage negotiation that was broken down. In every other scenario where a shootout is a potential risk, it is always better for police, who will outnumber and outgun targets essentially always, to provide an opportunity for surrender. A standoff or siege where a shot is never fired is always preferable to officers putting themselves at risk, and suspects and their surroundings being put at risk. We should be very hesitant about the situations where barriers are removed from a situation where officers can issue the death penalty without the suspect getting their day in court. Such moments should only occur where inaction will result in loss of life. Otherwise, notification by knock, bullhorn, or even drone giving a chance to surrender should always be given. As for flock, the system is a direct violation of privacy rights with a long trail of suspect uses, rights violations, and suspicious contract use in its history. Our own story was reminiscent of one I read over the past week. There was a drop site news story of Scarsdale, New York, where flock convinced a city commission in one presentation and in the few minutes at the start of the meeting, taking less than 30 seconds, to sign a contract without public input. Much similar to the attempt here that was halted by our own commission. If it weren't for this specific commission being suspicious, a similar thing could have happened here, where the public has little to no time to weigh in before the vote to approve. To wit, I have some questions about this contract. Were other options or contracts ever considered? Were attempts to craft a contract for citizen privacy even attempted, or did those involved just take the corporate contract and change nothing? In cities all over the country, there are constant flat controversies requiring post-contract amendments to operations to carve back some sort of privacy. Did anyone bother to investigate those and mirror their changes, or was this an attempt to sign the same contract that blew up in other cities and states' faces? Did anyone involved take any sort of attempt to create hard barriers that require warrants before data can be given to other departments or federal enforcement, or is it all under the judgment of the chief with no judicial oversight? I will state to the Commission basic regulations we should expect in place for any such system to be allowed. 1, accessing or searching license plate data should require a warrant. 2, warrants must be for a specific case within a finite time, searching for specific vehicles or locations, no general searches. 3, out-of-state data requests must be reviewed and approved under a Michigan appropriate jurisdiction, a Michigan or federal warrant, i.e., to prevent the Texas case where they tracked a woman to Illinois to punish her for having an abortion, which is legal in Illinois. The system should not be accessible for searches for acts that are legal within Michigan. Other state or federal requests must also source from a specific warrant or specific person or vehicle with a finite time span approved by a Michigan judge. 4, data cannot be saved or extended past its expiration date without an explicit request per an active warrant until that warrant ends. 5, data cannot be used, shared, sold for any other purpose other than an active warrant, cannot be shared with private partners for any reason, and cannot be anonymized for purposes other than aiding in the use of an active warrant. And 6, we should be very careful about where such data is stored. Storing our entire public's history of all of their travel on Amazon Web Services is a great way to get hacked and have the entire public's entire history of movement vulnerable to whomever wants that data. Why that would not be stored on our own servers separate from the general internet, I don't know. To make a sarcastic point, if we are willing to give up our privacy to increase clearance rates, then we might as well put a tracker in every car and a leg tracker on every person. After all, then every crime could be solved. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, good evening, everybody. My name is Gina, and I live in Bengal Township, 3281 Broadmoor. First of all, thank you guys for having me here tonight. And I'm also the founder and president of Unite We Go. We are a local nonprofit that focuses on bringing people together through arts, cultural, and youth development and community engagement. Though we are only being here for 2 years, a little bit over 2 years, we are deeply committed to the community here in Bay City. So tonight, I want to share something close to my heart, just called as the Ever Living Friendship Wall project. This is more than just another mural or event in here. It's about creating a space where everyone, whether you're living here your whole life, or like myself, I moved here 4 years ago, feel like people belong here. So I'm also a small business owner and also a founder and president of Unite We Go, like I just mentioned. My passion has always been bring people together, and that's exactly what Unite We Go is all about. Through our mural festival, our youth fashion show, the podcast program, we work to foster a true sense of community and belonging. So the friendship wall, this wall has been a dream of ours since we ever started the organization. It's a living wall where any mural artist locally or people visiting, the artists visiting our city can leave their mark. Over time, layers of murals will be cover one another, keeping the wall alive, fresh, and ever-changing. It's a breathing testimony of creativity, connection, and unity. And this project is a collaboration between Unite We Go and the City of Bay City Parks Department, with the blessings of our mayor here and our city manager and our wastewater developer director. Any artist local and afar who would like to paint this wall will need to submit an application to Unite We Go with their mural design and estimated installation time. Unite We Go will collect that information and share it on our website to credit every artist and their artwork to ensure this remains an ever-living friendship wall. But we cannot do this alone. We need community support and your support. So whether it's helping us to spread the word, join us for the ribbon cutting this Friday at 4:30 in Winona Park, or simply encouraging the artists either you know or maybe on your Facebook, you know somebody, to come out to paint on this friendship wall. Every bit makes a difference. This is how we make Bay City more vibrant, welcoming, and connected. Also, since our mural festival is this weekend, actually start from Thursday, finish on Monday, and we'd love to place a few yard signs near those mural sites. So if you are a small business owner or you live near one of our 4 mural locations, which is the Winora Park, Legacy Coffee House, the Dunlop Building, or Bay City Central High, and you are open to have a sign, please let me know. You can reach out to me by email, info@unitewego.org. And thank you all for listening. I'm truly honored to share this moment with you all. So let's continue to build something beautiful in Bay City. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kayla Harper, Trumbull Street. I am here today to discuss the flock cameras that you all will be considering shortly. I don't pretend to know any more about these cameras than anyone who has already spoken on this today and other days. A lot of them have already made excellent points about them that I don't feel the need to repeat. But I will say that our city is broke. We don't have the money to be spending even more of it on yet another way to surveil the people of Bay City. And the police say that they need this to find us better. I would argue that they already can, because we are surveilled every moment of every day through every medium that we use in our lives. And if you haven't seen Snowden, I would suggest you check it out. So I'm not going to argue, and I'm not going to bring up the points people have already brought up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read a list of all of the ways that you are being watched and located by various law enforcement agencies. And as I read this list, I ask you to consider whether we have the money to add yet another thing to that list. CCTV cameras, drones, helicopters, traffic cameras, body cameras, Wi-Fi connection monitoring, business surveillance, dash cams, credit and debit transactions, e-commerce platform tracking, smart home technology, financial monitoring, insurance technology, cell tower dumps, stealth pings, standard traffic cameras, surveillance, gaming networks, welfare benefit use records, pawn shop records, loyalty cards, money transfer services, rewards and tip lines, passenger manifests, maritime tracking, smart cars, rideshare apps, facial recognition, fingerprint databases, DNA databases, gait recognition, medical records, prescription monitoring programs, wearable technology, mental health apps, social media monitoring, fusion centers, predictive behavior algorithms, employee monitoring software, remote work tools, badges and access systems, webcams, microphones, the Five Eyes network, data retention, national ID systems, satellite surveillance, census and surveys, internet service providers, search engines, social media, mobile apps, cookies and trackers, email providers, cloud storage monitoring, artificial intelligence, algorithmic profiling, geotagging, location data, phone call metadata, call recording, wiretaps, text message monitoring, cell tower triangulation, voice recognition, deep packet inspection, dark web monitoring, algorithmic anomaly detection, data fusion, broker networks, smart home devices, utility usage monitoring, public transportation records, hotel booking logs, advanced passenger information, border security, checkpoints, credit and debit card monitoring, geofencing, RFID tag tracing, familial tracking and monitoring, ballistics, IMEI catchers, Wi-Fi sniffers, Bluetooth beacons, open source intelligence, network mapping, metadata correlation, ShotSpotter technology, thermal imaging, informants, undercover surveillance, behavior biometrics, psycholinguistic analysis, lawful intercept, SS7 systems, route monitoring, VSAT interception, DNS logs, DOT centralization telemetry, CDN edge logs, firewall flow records, VoIP metadata, and register.
Commissioner Rundberg.
Move to provide speaker 2 more minutes.
Is there a second? Commissioner Tenney.
Second.
Any objection? Seeing none, the speaker has 2 more minutes.
Trap tracing, local discovery metadata, push notification, delivery receipts, device compliance feeds, bounce tracking, CNAME cloaking, email pixel beacons, link prefetch logs, HSTS super cookies, session replay scripts, micromobility logs, security system metadata, garage door controllers, witness identification, billboard cameras, event records and technology, point of sale data, health records, and keystroke flags. I urge you to remember that that list of over 120 different ways to surveil and track us is not exhaustive. If I were to present you with an exhaustive list, we'd be here all night. And I don't think our city can afford to add yet another item to that list. Thank you.
Thank you.
V. 1315 Helen Street. On April 23rd, Attorney General Dana Nessel facilitated and executed an FBI raid on student protesters expressing their First Amendment rights and opposing this government's complicity in this extermination and systematic starvation of the Palestinians, including children, and the death toll has now risen to 60,000. And these children are dying to malnutrition, which is irreparable damage to the population. One thing residents of Bay City may not know is that the same companies the police and cameras they use is the same companies the Israeli occupation force uses against the Palestinians to target them. And now they want to implement this technology here in our city against our communities and our citizens. 20 years ago, after 9/11, it's no secret that the government massively increased the surveillance capabilities, and then our technology has rapidly advanced to the point where people can track, where the police can just track you everywhere, like what has said before. With the help, and now they want to use AI to help with that. Therefore, out of morality and principle, it is mandatory that the Commission and the citizens of Bay City oppose any surveillance that the state tries to implement within our city and support this ban on no-knock warrants. How many more people in our communities need to be terrorized and executed by the police, ICE, and other state militias? We've seen time and time again what these militarized forces are capable of. Just look at LA and DC. They are the testing grounds, and when we express that we do not feel safe around these forces, our voices are never listened to and are instead hand-waved away. There is no reason for the city to spend endless money on BCPD and their militarized vehicles in their parking lot when we have crumbling infrastructure and toll bridges that are privatized. There is no reason for these militias to break into the homes of marginalized people for simply existing and students who exercise their rights against genocide. There is no reason the police should be rounding up homeless people, sending them to concentration camps, and forcing them to work at fast food companies for pennies, while simultaneously the working class does not have a livable wage. There's no reason why we should be wasting money on license plate cameras and armored vehicles when our children are going hungry and our schools are underfunded. The police do not need this much power. Giving power to them takes power away from the people. The only reason they want to implement these license plate cameras and stop this ban on no-knock warrants is not because they actually care about stopping crime. If they were serious about that, then they would be standing with the students, combating ICE, and they would not have the historic and systemic issue of white supremacy within their departments. But they will never change because the police are only interested in protecting and serving the interests of capital corporations, and they want to keep instilling fear within our communities. And they expect us to keep our heads down, and want us to think that these cameras and vehicles are necessary when we need money and resources put in our community's actual needs, and not toys for these manlets with guns. Finally, I want BCPD to know that we will never be afraid of you jackbooted thugs and your threats against us or our communities if you so choose to intimidate, arrest, or murder us for telling the objective truth to people. Thank you.
Good evening. My name's Andrew Thibodeau from 610 16th Street. I just want to start by saying that the last couple weeks, I've been intensely criticized, whether it be on the internet or some close friends or what have you, for being negative. Don't be negative. Quit being negative, everybody's saying. Well, I'm not going to be quit being negative, and I'm not here to quit being negative in regards to what's happening in the United States of America. And that is a takeover by a criminal cult. And we have to be aware of that here in Bay City. Why Bay City chooses not to as a whole? Overwhelmingly because it's a racist community. Why else wouldn't it be a racist community when they voted for a racist Donald Trump last year? Why did they do that? Why did they vote for that guy? Let's think about it. He's a dirtbag. He's a criminal with 37 felonies. And people don't want to accept that. Why? Because they didn't want to vote for a talented black woman who was a prosecuting attorney from the West Coast. Excuse me, do you want to shut up back there? I'm speaking.
Can the crowd keep it down? I can't hear it from here, but the speaker has the right to speak.
And if I may continue, as far as what I've seen over the years here in Bay City and our failure to get revenue and have to give away our bridges, that's kind of another crime I would suggest because people paid for those over the years in their taxes. One of the reasons I would say is because of the Barsha bums over the years. And look what they've done. And they've served here and used this chamber, the rivets have. You don't see them anymore, do you? They went on and did their thing. They're gone, long gone. Or the woman that sat over here, I forget her name, but she resigned right after she sold the property, the Bay County Market. She was gone. Claims they didn't like this whole situation here. Well, you don't run for office to make money only. You don't run for office to get publicity. You run for office for the people in the community. You go to their homes, you talk to them, you hear their opinions, etc. A lot of commissioners that serve today are only here for the development money and the publicity, and that's a shame. We need to change in the near future and go forward and make the right decisions before we can ever get positive. And that's what I'd like to see amongst us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Denise Davidson. I live at 1218 Marsack Street. I'm up here to speak against the resolution, Commissioner Tenney's resolution directing the city manager to develop a policy for the Department of Public Safety regarding the execution of serving warrants. Our Public Safety Department continuously reviews and adjusts their policies and procedures to make sure they align with current case law, federal and state law. They know their job, and they should have the tools they need to do their job to keep our communities safe. In advance of executing a warrant, Public Safety determines the best possible course of action and then proceeds up the chain of command to obtain and use a legal warrant. If you don't live it, eat it, breathe it, I think we can't tell them how to do their job. I believe the city manager, Department of Public Safety, and police union have more important things to worry about in our city. Look around the city and in your respective wards to see what is needed most. Help people to help themselves to make Bay City a great place to live. I urge you to vote no on this resolution. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
John Davidson, 1218 Marsack, Bay City, of course. I want to thank you, commissioners, for standing in your track.
Make sure you speak into the mic.
Hello. I want to make sure that you stand to your morals on things. You know, I wasn't going to talk, but when I heard this young man come up and advocate for something and talked about the bridges, I really understand that a lot of people do not understand about the bridges. I was a part of that commission that got rid of those bridges. You can diss me for it now, why I stand here, without you knowing what went on. When I held the meeting at the Doubletree and had people come forward and talked about that, and you put all the blame on the city, there's a thought for you.
You need to speak to the commission. Thank you.
People should come up and find all the true facts about this. One, the county did not want a countywide millage and told us no way. That should have been a part of the meat and potatoes of keeping those bridges. When I go out through the 6th Ward and a commissioner sitting there knows that when he goes out for an election, people are talking about street, public safety, and fire. And also keeping the bills down. These guys are fighting for that, and I commend them on that. But please, if you come up here and talk about the bridges, find the facts before you come up here. Another thing, on this resolution about no-knock, it's just a thought. If this comes that you have to give the police a directive to do this, come with a resolution. Does this go to your human services for them to open the brown book of what they're supposed to do. And if that book is open, do you have to go through contract negotiations? You don't want to do that. So get your facts, gentlemen and ladies. And I definitely will miss the resignee that's resigning today. I will miss her colorful words. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Kenzie. I live on 9th Street. So I'm here today to speak in regards to the commissioners that will be interviewed next week. I can't be there next week, so I wanted to be here today. I'm here to speak specifically in support of Kelsey Myers as a candidate for the 5th Ward City Commission position. I've had the privilege of knowing Kelsey for over 15 years. I've seen firsthand how she has grown into a thoughtful, open-minded, and deeply compassionate individual. These qualities, I believe, are not only rare, but essential in public service. From a young age, Kelsey has demonstrated the kind of character that brings people together. She's always been the one to lean on, not just for friends and family, but for anyone who's needed support. Whether it was showing up as a listening ear, stepping in when no one else would, or encouraging others to try something new, Kelsey has consistently led by example. One of the most telling things about Kelsey's character is her willingness to try new things, and not just for her own growth, but to support others. If someone in her life had a dream or a new challenge that they wanted to take on, Kelsey would be right there beside them, not only as a friend, but as a source of moral support and shared courage. That kind of initiative, that selfless curiosity and drive to grow alongside others is exactly what we need in leadership. Kelsey also embodies collaboration. She brings people together, she listens deeply, and she creates space for open and honest conversation. She doesn't shy away from hard discussions. Instead, she leans in with empathy and an eagerness to understand. In a time when division can overshadow progress, Kelsey's ability to build bridges and foster conflict resolution is a rare and necessary strength. But my support for Kelsey isn't just based on the qualities she possesses, it's also about the tangible actions that she takes that drives real impact. Despite personal hardships, she has worked tirelessly to earn her degree and broaden her understanding of the world by learning about cultures beyond her own. She's made a deliberate effort to be involved in her community, especially in spaces that are often overlooked. She shows up consistently, humbly, honestly, and with purpose. Kelsey understands that real leadership means being present. It means listening, it means showing up even when it's hard, and it means putting people first. She knows that our community needs leaders who are grounded in empathy and committed to action. And she has proven time and time again that she is that type of leader. In closing, I want to say this. When we talk about progress, equity, and care for our city, it starts with the people who we choose to represent us. Kelsey is someone who leads with heart, who acts with intention, and who listens with genuine interest. She is not only ready for this responsibility, but she is exactly the kind of person that Bay City needs in a leadership role. I strongly urge the commission and the mayor to consider Kelsey for the 5th Ward City Commissioner position. Our city will be better for it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name's Lucas Brown Truman. I'm on 9th Street. I'm here today because I won't be able to speak Monday in favor of Kelsey Myers. I'm really excited to be here today because I've known her for the better part of a decade. First off, Kelsey is one of the most accountable people I know. Like, when she says she's going to do something, she does it. She takes full responsibility for her actions and always follows through. And I think that's an important characteristic to have more so than ever today. Accountability is shy, and she's always been somebody that's been dependable, so it makes perfect sense to me. That's exactly why we need her as the city commissioner, someone who doesn't just talk the talk, but actually gets things done. What really sets Kelsey apart, though, is it's just how down to earth she is. She's always been pragmatic. And I'm sorry, I'm spitballing because I wrote down some notes because I feel like speaking from the heart is always the best place to speak. So when she talks to someone, she really gives them her full attention. She doesn't just listen. She really hears what people are trying to say and the way that they want to say it. She doesn't ask people to reword themselves. She allows people to be authentically themselves. In a time when it comes easy for people and leaders to get out of touch, Kelsey stays connected with the people and knows what the community really needs. And let me tell you, Kelsey isn't afraid to stand up for what's right. Even when it's tough, she's got a strong sense of what needs to be done. And she's not afraid to take action, no matter how challenging it might be. I'm confident Kelsey will do an amazing job as the city commissioner. She's all about making our city better. She listens, she cares, and she's not afraid to take bold steps to make real change happen. Let's make sure we elect someone who's going to put our city first. And I think Kelsey is that person. Thank you.
Thank you.
Richard Luzak, 1707 Fremont. Mr. Mayor and Commissioners, last year we had a situation where our elected mayor was not present for a series of meetings. The mayor was excused. I think that bothered me quite a bit because our city charter and the ordinances, on the one hand, they say that the meeting can be conducted if there's a quorum of commissioners, like 5 commissioners. But shouldn't there be, shouldn't the mayor be part of a necessary quorum for a meeting? The mayor has 2 main powers. One is to break a tie vote, and second is to veto a resolution that the commission has passed. But if you have, if the mayoral seat is vacant, then how is the charter and the ordinances fulfilled? What happens? I watched a couple of those meetings, and the First Ward Commissioner, Commissioner Dockett, was sitting in the mayor's seat, and then eventually, after the mayor resigned, he was elected by the commission as mayor. But those meetings where the mayor was not present, what was going on? Was the elected mayor who was not present fulfilling the duties of the office? And by that I'm saying, does the elected mayor have a responsibility to the public to perform those duties? And I don't want to get into any personal issues about that situation. I'm dealing with the public aspect of that. It seems that it's like driving a car on flat tires or something. You don't have a mayor at the meeting to fulfill those roles, those duties, which are contained in the charter and in the ordinances. And I offer that to you as a challenge, something that you should take up. Relatively speaking, a year has passed and the dust has settled and so forth, and you have an opportunity to think about this clearly. But I would pose this question to you. How is the charter and the ordinances satisfied if the mayor is absent for 1 or more meetings? What happens if the mayor is absent for 1 or more meetings? Who is fulfilling those duties? Is the mayor watching the video and signing something off and sending in a statement saying I reviewed this and I approve what happened? it's a big elephant in the room, so to speak, subject that nobody wants to talk about. I don't have a solution. I don't know what to do if a mayor is not present. A mayor can be excused, but what about the responsibility to the public to perform those duties? There's a power imbalance. The commission can just pass resolution after resolution with no oversight from a mayor present. I don't have insight as to the internals of these meetings and how all of that was settled. I could only see what was happening. So I just offer this to you as a challenge that it's something that you owe to the public to address this in some fashion or other and establish that balance of power in government that the charter and the ordinance says should be there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, my name's Jeff Reed, 409 Fillmore. City Clerk, if you could please make sure that my sign is in full frame so nobody's confused about what this sign says when they watch it on television, I would appreciate that. I'm here to talk about the Bay City Bridge Partners. And I think a lot of people here and the rest of the community, we're just not happy with them. They've been invited to come here and talk to us and explain themselves. They got nothing to say, like talking to a brick wall. Again, everything's top secret. Make no mistake about it, come 2028, they're going to be coming for us, the citizens of Bay City, us privileged people that get to cross for free right now. Them days are coming to an end. When I said earlier, several other statements, we need to have at least $100,000 in our budget to deal with the Bay City Bridge Partners. That ain't no joke, because we know we've already spent $30,000, and apparently there was a deal cut, my understanding, and we weren't included. And the sad part is nobody in these chambers apparently can tell us anything because of the confidentiality agreement, or however you say that, which is pretty sad. I think they did violate our contract. We need to find out through our attorneys, and we need either a yes or a no. It's a real simple question, but nobody wants to say if they really did or not. As far as the boycott against the bridge partners, it's going really well. You know, you look at the traffic, the citizens, you know, we're all doing what we can to avoid those bridges because we are going to bankrupt the Bay City Bridge Partners. We're going to do it together. It's going to take some time. They got deep pockets, but we'll get through this. We know they can't be trusted. Because they've lied to us so many times. Other than that, I just wanted to bring it up here again. You know, let's not forget about them Bay City Bridge Partners, because they're gunning for every one of us here in Bay City. And we need to stand up to them and let them know that we're in charge of the city, not the Bay City Bridge Partners. They work for us, but they're going to be going out of town here real soon, because the people of Bay City aren't going to put up with it, and neither are the surrounding communities. There's a lot of people out there that are not happy about this bridge partner business, and I'm one of them. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Bruce Eckhart, 810 Germania Street, Bay City, Michigan. I'm very happy at what's been going on in my great country. We got a man that is finally fighting for America. And he's not ripping us off like the last 4 years we had. A president that dealt with the Chinese, all kinds of stuff that covered up our judicial system, covered them up. And they did everything possible to make sure the one we got right now would not get in. They had judges that lied. You can't have your own defense. You can't do this. You can't do that. He did everything, and he finally got in. The American people found out how corrupt the party was. Then you go to U.S. aid. See where all that money went to? Transgender operations over South America. All kinds of things that did not benefit American people. Then they had money going into the certain parties, getting kickbacks. And then you have the open border, that they opened up the border because we love you, America. Come on in, all you terrorists, you killers, you rapists. Come on in. Bring all the fentanyl in. Come on. We got so many mentally screwed up people now. How'd that happen? Hey, you guys that run on that ticket last time, thank you up there. We caused a hell of a problem. Then last Thursday, I was at the Republicans county meeting, and Sheriff Cunningham was there. He tells how many illegals they get paid, I think, over $1,000 for each one they take care of. He says, we're making so much money, we're going to be able to redo our jail. We are spending so much money stupidly because the other party that was in there before was stupid enough to, come on in, open the borders up. We want to get the vote of the people that don't know nothing. They're stupid. Bring these people all in. They'll vote for us.
Point of order.
What?
He is in reference to the context of immigrants and calling them stupid. I think we should keep personal attacks to a body of people at a minimum, if at all.
Okay, all right. So please continue. Point taken.
All right, I'm sorry about that. Again, though, they've got only about 1.1 million out of here already. And you got a lot of people hollering about, why are the ICE doing this to going after all these people? They're after the illegals, but what's been going on? All these people that come in across the border are terrorists. They're from other countries that don't like us or hate us, so they're in bed with all the demonstrators you see on television. The illegals, but also the PLOs, the ones that hate us, and they're also, they're getting paid. These people are all getting paid. The globalists, they want to bring this country down. And so, like I said, right now, this man right now is trying to deal peace for our country. Get peace between Ukraine and Russia. Who screwed that up? It should never happen, like he said. The other guy, he didn't give a damn. Look what happened over there in Afghanistan. They saw he was so weak. Guys, it's disgusting how much trillions of dollars you've lost this country. We could build these schools, educate a better education for kids, give the minorities better chances, all this stuff. But oh no, it's crazy what they did. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else like to come forward? All right, seeing no one, the next order of business is for remarks of the mayor and the commission. Are there any remarks? Commissioner Tenney.
Thank you to the chair. Just wanted to say that I hope that the United Way blood drive that went on in City Hall last Friday went well. And I also wanted to express some warm wishes to our colleague from the 3rd who will evidently be resigning tonight. So thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Coakley.
Yeah, I just want to bring up, I've been getting a few calls from some constituents pertaining to getting a fine for leaving their trash container out maybe a day or so. Recent one was from the daughter of an 81-year-old man on 6th Street. He takes care of his house. He does everything up to code, and apparently he was a day behind and had a $200 fine. With that being said, I just want to know if the city has changed any policies with how they're doing this. I mean, I have not heard of this before, and I think this is a third instance I've heard pertaining to it. I understand we can't leave the trash containers out on the yard or out in the front, but 1 or 2 days after, I mean, especially when we're dealing with some citizens who are a little bit older, you know, give them a chance to take care of things.
So the acting city manager, Tony Reyes, has some comments about that.
Yeah, apparently we do these every billing, every cycle book that we go through when we do their billings. And for some reason, this billing cycle was higher by 2 or 3 times, according to Bob. I don't know what changed. If you want some details about, you know, exactly when it kicks off, we can have the director come up if you'd like.
I'm getting questions, so I'd like some answers.
Bob, you want to come up?
Yeah, that's right. And there's an appeal process too. You can, okay.
Yeah, they can also appeal those through the manager's office themselves.
Yeah, I forwarded some stuff to him, so, or her.
Good evening. Could you repeat that question, please?
I was contacted by another constituent today. They received a $200 fine for their trash container being out past the time it was supposed to be picked up. Apparently it was just a day or two. This is the third one I've heard of, and according to the director, it's 3 to 5 times as much right now. Did we change something with the process? Are we looking for these more often?
We didn't change the process. What took place is we do this after every cycle of trash. Anytime a trash pickup is done, we go out the following day or two and we inspect all the cans. If we find cans that are still left out, we move them onto the resident's property. We don't access their property. We pull it across the sidewalk. They're tagged. It's called a nuisance fee of $200 first, $350 second, $500 third. It's a deterrent. Obviously, it takes time for vehicle, process, person to do this. What had taken place this round is we had multiple people off. All my supervisors were taking other duties on, along with the transfer station. So it was basically 2 books into one is what happened. So they were out there taking a look, following up on the routes and stuff. There's 4 books, 4 billings, and going through, and it kind of went back to back with 2. So we ended up with over double, almost 3 times the amount of nuisance.
And it's practice. We go out the next day, and if they're not there, we are fining them.
Well, if the trash is picked up on Friday, we go out on Monday. But usually we go out the following day, take a ride around, follow up, making sure that we don't leave something isn't missed, trash can isn't damaged by our trucks or something like that. Along with that, we also look at the nuisance.
And that's an automatic $200 fine first instance?
According to the ordinance that went through commission, yes.
Okay. That's something we may want to look at. Most definitely, but there is an appeal process on that.
Yes, there is.
All right. Thank you. That's all I have.
Oh, you have. All right. Commissioner Cubitt.
How can residents learn about the appeal process if they'd like to learn more?
We put out mailers, we drop tags, we work with consultants. We do more advertising and sanitation than any other department in DPW. We exhaust just about every access, Facebook, you name it, to get in front of people. They either have the internet or don't have the internet. We drop tags, we send flyers, we do mail leafs. People don't read it. I can't make them read the process.
I'm sorry, I don't know the appeals process. Where can I go to find it? I assume it's on the website?
On our website.
Where on the website? How can I find it?
It's on the sanitation website. All the information's right there. The days you pick up, the recycling days, all of it's right there on the sanitation part of the website.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, anybody else? Commissioner DeWitt.
Before I start, I don't have any more to add to this, because I think the other commissioners have gotten it from Mr. Dion. Does any other commissioner have a comment from Mr. Dion? Okay, thank you. I think we're all set for right now.
Thank you.
I have a few things. The first one is to address one of the comments about essentially a plan for when a elected officer is missing. Because our system is a weak mayor system, if a mayor is unavailable, the commission president would step in and perform the duties. The only thing that I'm not sure how that works, because it's not specifically in the charter, it's more in the commission rules, is how a veto would work if a mayor is out of, is unable to serve. So if we were able to get 5 people here and we only had one commission officer, whether it be the mayor or like the sergeant at arms, they would be the ones to run the meeting. The highest ranking of the commission officers would run that meeting as the mayor and would sign paperwork. Very similar to how right now Mr. Reyes is filling in for Mr. Muscat, where he performs the duties as needed to make up the temporary absence. So there is a plan for that. It's not explicitly in the charter, but it is mostly spelled out in the commission rules itself. Some of the things I had beforehand, I do want to note that it's been 4 weeks since I reached out to UBP asking in general for an email to be sent to have them come and do a presentation. They have obviously not come in yet. Same thing, 4 weeks ago after the meeting, I sent a list of example questions I'd want to see from a FLOC presentation. I have not received any response from that from FLOC or from anyone close to it. And the final thing I have is last week, South End Citizen District had their back to school bash. It was not as busy as last year, but that was partially because after last year, Forrest's group made a few adjustments because last year it was overwhelmed. They ran out of supplies very easily. So it's always a learning process to get that event at the sweet spot of having everyone who can show and making sure everyone has the ability to get things that are available there. So we still had a really good turnout. We had some people who were in the audience assist with that, and now it's time to take a few months off from that activity and have them get ready for next year. Those are the only 3 things I have right now. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? I do have a couple, just to follow up on Commissioner DeWitt. Yes, the charter, we wouldn't change the charter for 13 more years. From now, and that would have to be a vote of the people to do that. So some of those changes would have to be looked at and addressed then. I did have a resident reach out about 108 North Van Buren. Apparently the city went through and did cut some trees down and various things, and then it's been sitting there for a couple weeks, and they were just asking for a status of that, if the city's gonna clean up that area. And then I do, for every day I usually get I get a call from somebody from out of town frustrated about the bridges and the excessive tolling in relation to the fees and fines. And we haven't had that addressed yet. And then they don't see the signage. They believe there's not a sign. I know there's signs there, and there's some smaller signs. I don't know if we can make this request or not to actually put the sign that says the toll rate right above where people are driving over the bridge. I don't know how many times I've talked to people, and they just, I think if we can somehow request that to see if they could move that sign, that big sign where it's definitively seen by everybody, I think that'll be helpful for anybody, visitors or not. But I am very concerned about the excess fines and fees they're tacking on to these toll charges. It's not just $5.50. By the time people get bills, they're actually getting a late charge, and then real quickly they're getting another late charge. And I was just reading another story. People think they're fake or not trustworthy, that it's an actual cost. So, so that's just a concern that should be raised. Thank you. Does the city manager, acting city manager, have anything? Okay. All right, we have no special hearing. We're under regular agenda? No, what did I miss? Oh, we do have a public hearing. I'm sorry. We do have a public hearing. Let's go back. All right, next order of business calls for a public hearing. This is an opportunity for the citizens to address the commission regarding public hearing number 1, ordinance amendment to the Code of Ordinances, Chapter 26, Buildings and Building Regulations. Under the rules of the City Commission, each speaker will be allowed 5 minutes to speak. Commissioner Coakley will serve as timekeeper. Is there a motion to allow for public hearing on number 1? Commissioner Tenney.
Move to allow for public hearing number 1.
Is there a second? Commissioner DeWitt.
Second.
Okay. If anyone wishes to address the commission regarding public hearing item number 1, please come forward, sign the registration sheet, and state your name and address for the record. Okay. Seeing no one come forward, we're into special orders. Will the clerk read the next item on the agenda?
Special order number 1, city manager recommending ordinance amendment to the Code of Ordinances, Chapter 26, Buildings and Building Regulations. Recommendation approve.
Is there a motion? Commissioner Rundberg.
Move to approve.
Is there a second? Commissioner Tenney.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll on the motion to adopt special order number 1?
Commissioner Rumberg.
Yes.
Charlebois.
Yes.
Cubitt.
Yes.
Coakley.
Yes.
Bernie Obershaw.
Yes.
Tenny.
Yes.
DeWitt.
Yes.
7 yes.
Okay, the motion's adopted. Next item of business is regular agenda items. Will the clerk please read the next item?
Reports of Officers 5, city manager recommending a 5-year agreement renewal with Axon Enterprise, Inc., Scottsdale, Arizona, for hardware and software related to body-worn cameras for public safety officers in the amount of $55,346.36 for fiscal year 26, $57,560.23 for fiscal year 27, $59,862.64 for fiscal year 28, $62,257.14 for fiscal year 29, and $64,747.43 for fiscal year 30. The total amount of the 5-year agreement is $299,773.80. Recommendation approve.
Is there a motion? Commissioner Tenney.
Move to approve.
All right, is there a second? Commissioner Rundberg.
Second.
All right, discussion. Commissioner Rundberg.
Yes, thank you. To the Deputy City Manager, could we get the Director of Public Safety to come up to answer a few questions for us?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Director, and thank you for sending me an email earlier today, kind of heading off some of my concerns. I just had some questions about it. In general, I'm definitely in support of body cam usage and would, of course, approve a 5-year extension. I know we get a sizable discount for doing 5 years at once. The question I have to start with is, reading over the contract, there is something called the ACIP, stands for Axon Customer Experience Improvement Program. I'm going to call it ACIP going forward because that's a mouthful. And it says here that, well, at least the notes I typed up on it is, it says it allows for the use of de-identified or anonymized content by Axon to, quote, develop new products and improve the product experience, unquote. It mentions that customers can, quote, enter into custom agreements to assist in development and product development efforts like AI models, training, end quote. Has DPS opted into any of the Tier 2 ACIP program?
No.
Are we on a Tier 1 or none at all?
We're on Tier 1, yes.
All right, and my follow-up question for that, because that takes care of most of my other questions, is if we did decide to pursue involvement in the Tier 2, would that decision or that question come before this body?
Yes, I mean, it's part of the contract, so we can't sign a contract unless it comes here first, so.
Okay, I wasn't sure if they charged for Tier 2 access or if that was something that they're, because I know it trains their models, so I wasn't sure if that was something they'd be offering us for free.
I'm sure they would do it for free, but we have no intention of.
Okay. The other question I had on here was, do we use any artificial intelligence in report writing currently?
No. Grammarly is probably the closest thing we use, which isn't really artificial intelligence, just helps with spelling and punctuation type things.
Sure, okay. And I would hope then if we ever did decide, because I do understand artificial intelligence, I mean, I even make use of it on occasion, can really expedite things. I just worry about the oversight on that. So I believe that's all the questions I had for you on that. Let me just double check. Yes, that's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Commissioner DeWitt, did you still have your questions?
I'm just making sure I'm not being redundant. So no, I believe that answered the rest of what I had to.
All right, thank you. Any other questions? Okay, will the clerk please call the roll on the motion to adopt?
Commissioner Rumberg,
Yes.
Charleroi,
Yes.
Morris. Sorry, this is for the body worn cameras. I apologize, the extension.
Yes.
Thank you. Cubit,
Yes.
Coakley,
Yes.
Bernie Obershaw,
Yes.
Tenney,
Yes.
and DeWitt.
Yes.
A yes.
All right, motion's been adopted. Will the clerk please read the next item of business?
Reports of Officers 6, City Manager recommending change order number 1 to the contract with Tressimer Concrete and Excavating, Fenn Michigan, in the decreased amount of $54,685.81 for the 2025 CDBG Sidewalk Replacement Project. Recommendation approved.
Motion, Commissioner Coakley?
Yeah, I just have a couple
Motion, we got a motion?
motion.
You gonna move to approve, or do you want?
Move to approve, yes.
Okay, is there a second? Commissioner Tenney?
Second.
Okay, discussion, Commissioner Coakley.
Cart before the horse. It was explained to me a little bit beforehand. I just want it in public what's going on with it. So as I understand it, the $54,685.81 did not get used, and that money can only be allocated towards a similar project next year?
It will go back into the pool of HUD. I'm not sure what it can be allocated specifically for when, but I'm assuming the same kind of projects, Debbie?
I just want to make sure that we can't allocate it towards something else. It still needs to go to the sidewalks and street kind of thing that we currently have, correct?
Yeah, can you just come up, Debbie?
So we can this year allocate it to another sidewalk project. We'd have to put it out for bids, run it through the environmental review process. Or next year, or if we have another project, we could put it in our annual plan, reallocate the money, or even reallocate it this year, but we have to put it out. We put it out for a 30-day comment period and a lot of public input. That's how we would do it if we were to change it.
Thank you for coming up. I just, like I said, $54,685 is quite a bit of money. Just didn't know if we could allocate it towards something else or if it had to go to a similar project. So as I understand it, it goes back to sidewalks if we're going to use it this year. Then next year, is it still sidewalks or could it be something else?
We can put it right back into sidewalks, or if we end up with other projects, we can do a substantial amendment, goes out for 30-day, public gets input on it, and then commission would have a resolution on it.
All right, thank you.
All right, Commissioner Bernie Obershaw.
Hi, Debbie. Could we reallocate that money to Bernie Park since it's been on the annual, well, next year, since Bernie Park has been on the annual report from 2020 through 2025. It's been on the annual report for the CDBG funding money to be repaired, to be redone and have things done at Bernie Park. That was my resolution that I put in today. Can that money be used, reallocated to redo that park, Bernie Park?
It's a possibility.
Thank you.
All right. Any other questions? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Charleroi,
Yes.
Morris,
Yes.
Cubit,
Yes.
Coakley,
Yes.
Bernie Obershaw,
Yes.
Tenney,
Yes.
DeWitt,
Yes.
Rumberg,
Yes.
a yes.
The motion has been approved. Will the clerk please read the next item on the agenda?
Regular agenda number 1, Commissioner Tenney's resolution directing the city manager to develop a policy for the Department of Public Safety regarding the execution of serving warrants.
Is there a motion, Commissioner Tenney?
Move to approve.
Is there a second? Commissioner Renberg?
Second.
Discussion? Commissioner DeWitt?
I want to thank the Commissioner from the 4th Ward for taking this back and taking the challenge to make it so we can get something that is agreeable to both the will of the Commission and keeps the police officers able to determine what they need best for their toolbox. This will, as one of the speakers mentioned, the way it is written, allow them to let us know if there's going to be a renegotiation for any policy that's changed. So that concern would be addressed when this comes back forward for final approval. This addressed the concerns I had last time, and I think that's a big step to help us understand where we can go from here to get something that is agreeable to everyone. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Commissioner Coakley.
Yeah, just, I did take the opportunity to reach out to more than a few of our law officers and talk to them about this, and even reached out to some retired, and just to get their feeling, and they want to keep it as is. They're happy with the way things are going now. Caleb, I mean, may I ask, can I?
So you need to ask through the chair to the...
Yeah, that's what I'm coming up to. Can I?
Okay, yeah, you can request that through the chair too.
A quick question. I know last time you answered a lot of the questions thoroughly for me, which I appreciate. I just basically have one question with multiple answers. How many times in the last 5 years have we used a no-knock? And in those times, how many times have they been successful, and how many times have they not been successful?
4 in the last 5 years. Successful meeting, nobody was hurt, all of them.
So everything was successful, and we only used it 4 times in the last 5 years, which is good. That's all I got for you. I do have some more. I'm going to leave them up there in case somebody, I would just need to come back to me when they're...
All right, Commissioner Tenney was first, and then you, Bernie Overshaw.
Okay, I'd like to thank the Director of Public Safety, thank the Deputy Director of Public Safety, my colleagues, and the City Manager for taking some time to sit down with me and to tweak this so that it's more palatable for our Public Safety Department. I really appreciate that time. The caveat to this, as my colleague from the 6th was alluding to, is that it allows for our collective bargaining agreements and for the process to fold out how it normally would. So it was a good learning experience for me. Last but not least, I'd like to thank the community and the constituents of mine who have spoken up in favor of this and who pushed me to do better by our community. There is already a procedure in place where we announce, as the director has said in front of God and everybody up here. So this would basically be codifying current practice into policy so that nobody thinks that police are intruders, which can lead to death, as we've seen in other communities, right? So just because it has not happened here doesn't mean it could not. So we'd like to be damn sure that it could not happen here. And with that, I would like to thank everybody and call the question, please and thank you.
Is there any objection?
Yeah, I basically had said I had more questions.
So we need to vote then on the calling question. Yes, you want to call the question? No, you don't want to call the question and continue discussion. Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Morris?
No.
Cubitt?
Yes.
Coakley?
No.
Bernie Overshaw?
Yes.
Tenney?
Yes.
DeWitt?
No.
Rumberg?
No.
Charlebois?
Yes.
And Mr. Mayor?
No.
Okay.
Okay, we're just to continue the discussion. I'd hate to just leave it on the table if people have questions. So, Commissioner Bernie Overshaw, I believe you were next with questions.
Yes, I was wondering, I wasn't understanding what you said. Did you do 4? Did you say you did 4 and they were unsuccessful? Or, I'm not understanding what you said.
To be specific, we assisted with 4 of them. We don't execute any no-knock search warrants. We assisted the state police in execution of them. Nobody was injured, meaning they were successful.
Okay, so we're not talking about the state police, we're talking about the city police. So I'm saying, at any time, have you did a no-knock, the city police?
Not since we have not had a ES team or a CERT team or SWAT team or whatever you want to call it.
No, I'm asking for a single answer. Have
I
the
just
city police, it's a yes or no. Have the city police ever done a no-knock warrant?
I'm sure they have. I wasn't there, so
It's just a yes or no.
I think
City
he's
Police
answered it,
Department's
yeah.
been around for over 100 years, so I'm guessing they probably did at one point, but I've never seen one.
Okay. Have you ever done not a no-knock, but have you ever went into I could say a no-knock. Have you ever arrested someone without a warrant, went to their home and went outside in
Point of order,
warrant?
that's a different subject.
No, it's not. You know what?
It's a completely, we're
Kokole,
talking
you
about.
always try to protect
okay.
them when you don't
Okay.
want something to pass. I mean, I don't
Hey, we're-
understand
enough.
what you're
Point
saying.
of order.
Commissioner, you don't
It's
have the.
dangerous to people
Commissioner.
of color.
Commissioner, he has the right to object. That's just like you would.
You don't let me talk. You never let a black woman talk in
Nothing to
here.
do
You're
with race. It has
prejudiced. You
everything to do with how rules of order go. And
Point of order.
it has nothing to do with your race. It does not.
No.
It's rules. It's rules of the commission.
No.
This is how things operate. All right. Do you have any further questions regarding no-knock policy?
You get to tell me what I get to say in this chamber. For 3 years I've been here. It's either.
I've only been mayor
Point-
6 months.
point- can we get
so
back
we're
to
kind of
the-
getting off track. So do you have questions regarding no-knock policy or don't you? Are you done?
Obviously, I'm done with as soon as I vote, I'm out of here.
Okay, very good. Thank you. So Commissioner Runberg.
I should have let the question be called. The question I have for you, Director, is have you ever requested a no-knock and a judge say no on it?
I couldn't tell you. Like I said, I've never actually participated in one, but I'm not aware of any.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. All right. That would be interesting if you are able to get that information at all. If it's possible, I'm just curious
I
about
can
it.
ask, I just never.
Yeah, I understand that. So thank you.
Okay, I do have just some questions for the rest of the. So we've never personally issued a no-knock. This has been requested with our assistance by the state police. Is that correct? So who requests this?
Generally, we've requested a no-knock search warrant.
Okay.
However, the state police is the entity.
So the state police have asked us or requested this no-knock.
We've asked them to assist us with a search warrant, and sometimes, based on the facts, they will say, we would like it to be a no-knock search warrant if we're going to participate. So then we will ask for a no-knock search warrant.
Because you did mention the last time the concern is if if you request this in the future, right? And then you say no, we don't have. The policy states we cannot do this. Your concern is that the state police will say we will not participate then with this. And so, what is the potential repercussions? Just that we don't have additional manpower in order to issue this warrant. Is that?
I guess I'm not understanding.
So if the state police don't assist us, right, so that's just our own officers that would execute the search warrant with our current policy. Is that correct? Why do we bring in the state police sometimes? What issues?
If you're doing a no-knock search warrant, it's a high-risk search warrant, meaning there's serious indications of potential danger. So that's the only time you're going to do a no-knock search warrant. If you're going to do that, you're going to want the appropriate armored vehicles, the appropriate tools to go in safely without getting hurt or killed.
So there's times that we don't have the proper personnel or the proper tools to do
Correct. We don't have the equipment that the state police does.
Okay. But this has only happened 4 times in the last 5 years.
Correct.
Okay. That's all the questions I have. Commissioner Coakley, and I'll get...
So more or less, we don't have an issue with no knocks right now.
I don't believe so.
I don't know. My biggest thing is we seem to be trying to find issues with things when we have issues to take care of. I want all of the people to be safe. I want the police to be safe. I want the citizens to be safe. But we have roads that need to be taken care of. That's an issue. We had someone from the city come up with a plan for the $5 million to maximize it, and that sort of got brushed to the side. Fire Station 2, it needs help. How many commissioners have taken the time to go through it and see the issues there? We have sidewalks that need...
That has nothing to do with it. That's how you did me. So now you want to jump on another subject, and it's okay.
Commissioner, you're out of order.
Yep.
Did everybody see?
What? He's asking questions germane to the issue. He's...
So I'll take that and I will take it upon after the fact. All I'm saying is we got bridges, we got parks, we got trees.
Okay.
Got a bunch of things.
I think you're kind of going down the wrong path.
Right.
Okay.
But it's just, like I said, we're talking about something that we don't have an issue of right now. I know it's stressed down quite a bit and it's better than it was, but every officer that I talk to, they're not in favor of this, and I'm assuming that the other commissioners sitting here took the time to talk to other officers besides the director about this. Like I said, I did my diligence, and I know how they feel, and they feel safer with this in their toolbox.
All right, thank you. Commissioner Bernie Obershaw, you have the floor.
All right, I would like to know, is there a difference between city and state? Because when you say that the state police are going to help you, isn't the state and the city the city? City police are to take care of the city crime, and the state are to take care of the state. So if there is crime in the city, why would the state come and take care of a small city?
The city only has jurisdiction within the city. The state has jurisdiction within the entire state. Every place they cover is also policed by another jurisdiction.
So the small city of Bay City, we have the state police come in and take care of our issues all the time. The state police that patrol the state.
They assist us,
yes. Okay, one more question. I would like to know, you say that we don't have armored trucks here in the city of Bay City Police Department.
Is that a question? No, we do not have any armored vehicles.
Okay, well, what is the armored vehicle on 3rd Street? The big, it looks like a armored huge truck for bayonet, that services. What do you call that? Is that a Hummer? There's a large truck that sits out on 3rd Street at the police station. Is that not an armored vehicle?
The one over by Madison, that's the sheriff's department's vehicle. It's not ours.
And that cannot be used for service here in Bay City, Michigan?
If we asked for the sheriff's department assistance, they would use it, but...
Are they not in the same building as the police department?
Yes.
So why would you have to call the state police to come in for no knock when you have the sheriff's department with an armored tank?
They don't have an armored tank, but whether you call the state police or the sheriff's department, it's another agency assisting us. The state police have a emergency services team, the sheriff's department does not.
Well, I feel there's something more to this situation, and thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Commissioner Morris and then Commissioner DeWitt.
Through Chair to the Director of Public Safety, based on how this is written currently, do you foresee any police agencies that not assisting us or deterring them based on how this is written right now?
The current resolution, no.
Just to be clear, so the current resolution that's here now, you don't think it will deter anyone from assisting us based on this?
No.
Okay, that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner DeWitt.
Mine piggyback, so if it's an I don't know, I'm okay with that. Other cities that have no-knock restrictions in the state of Michigan include Grand Rapids, and to your knowledge, does state police get involved in those reactions?
Grand Rapids is a pretty large organization, so they take care of
That's as I said, I just wanted to see if you had a yes or no on that. That's perfectly okay. Thank you.
All right, any other questions? All right, I just want to make sure, that's why we extended it, to make sure everybody had their questions, because it was a pretty big topic. All right, so would the clerk please call the roll and motion to adopt?
Commissioner Morris?
Yes.
Cubit?
Yes.
Coakley?
No.
Bernie Obershaw?
Yes.
Tenney?
Yes.
DeWitt?
Yes.
Rumberg?
Yes.
Charlevoix?
Yes.
7 yes, 1 no.
Motion's been adopted. Will the clerk please read the next item of the agenda?
Regular agenda number 2, Commissioner Officer's Resolution censuring Commissioner Bernie Obershaw for repeated violations of Section 7.2 of the City Charter.
Yeah, Commissioner Coakley.
How do we take this?
You can table it if you want. No? Just don't make a motion. Unless you want to. Commissioner Cubit, are you looking to make a motion?
I guess I wanted to suspend the rules to immediately accept the resignation and to, no?
We're not on the resignation though right now. This is on the agenda, so we have to call this, so it'll just die if you don't make a motion. The agenda,
I mean,
the
it's up to
resignation
you,
is its own
commissioners,
item.
you have the floor. I mean, if you want to make the motion, as you can. Otherwise, if nobody makes a motion, it just dies.
I'm not talking about her document, I'm talking about her just walking out and quitting. So I just wanted to suspend the rules to note that we're suspending the rules and accepting her resignation at this moment in time.
Her resignation is on the agenda, but it's one of the last items. It is the last item.
And it's documented that she left.
Then I guess, secondly, moving to the next resolution, I guess I just...
So we're still on the resolution regarding the censure of Commissioner Bernie Obershaw. So is there a motion? I'll call it 3 times. All right, I don't have to. Seeing no motion, it dies for lack of support. So will the clerk please read the next item?
The next item on the regular agenda would be the CDBG funding documentation resolution that Commissioner Bernie Obershaw read at the beginning of the meeting.
Is there a motion, Commissioner Runberg?
Move to approve.
Is there a second, Commissioner Tenney?
Second.
Discussion? Commissioner DeWitt.
So from my understanding, and this can be rebutted if necessary, these CDBG funds are on file within the city to be looked at as at will or through FOIA, depending on the process position that it's in. I don't think how this is written, it actually changes that process at all. Because Bernie Park has been on the list for CDBG, it's just that the funds have been end up allocated outside of it, which I understand was a complaint of the now former commissioner. But that would have to be something that I don't think is directly through this, as it was stated earlier with the $54,000 clawback for decreased amount. It would go through public testing before it came back to us for approval. So in my point of view, I don't think this actually does any more than what we currently can do through the CDBG framework. And if that is incorrect, I would like to be told that I'm incorrect.
So would you like the acting city manager to call up for clarifications on what's already being done if this changes?
If he deems it appropriate, which up to you, Mr. Reyes.
The way I read it, it actually is just asking for information. It's not directing any funds to go anywhere. It's just asking for where the funds have gone, what has been allocated and may have been reallocated to different, it's just a request for information. I believe we can provide most of the information if I don't see any issues on here, if staff could take a look at it, but.
Okay, that's good enough for me.
Perfect. Commissioner Cubitt.
Yes, I don't know if this list is something that could be quickly obtained, if these are very easily obtainable facts. I know there was a statement in my orientation that if it would take an anticipated less than 3 hours of staff time, that's one thing. But I mean, I don't know if everything that's listed here is, if there could even be any idea about how much staff time to fully do every single thing on the list. That's just my concern, is the anticipated potential staff time. I am all for digging into the facts regarding Bernie Park. I'm all for working together to come up with a plan for Bernie Park. I just don't want to, I'm just concerned about the potential amount of staff time.
All right. So I think that if Debbie would come forward, that'd be
You can
great.
give me an idea at least of how long it would take to get this information together. Do you have a copy of this, Debbie?
Go ahead. Yeah. Yeah, so she's still answering a question. I know, Commissioner Shalwa, I have you down.
Okay, so I'll be very honest with you. This will not take much time. In the last 5 years, we have not allocated any funding to Bernie Park out of CDBG. This particular year in our annual plan, we did allocate $200,000 for our playgrounds, and we put Roosevelt or Bernie Park. So that is the only time in the last 5 years we have mentioned investing funding into Bernie Park with CDBG.
Thank you.
Okay, before you go up, so maybe it'd be best if you're up there, if there's, Commissioner Charlebois, did you have specific questions for?
I don't have a question for her. I was just going to say, in the resolution, it gives the city 30 days. That seems like plenty of time to get the information. That's all I had to say. Thank you.
Any other? So, yes.
So Debbie, one of my concerns at the end is reporting, and it says written report to commission, public available per FOIA, and presentation at public meeting. Is that specific enough to know what that is? Because I'm not sure if it's asking for information from public meetings or for us to perform a public meeting on that.
Yeah, I would need more direction, but there's not anything to provide.
Okay, Commissioner Tenney.
I just wonder if public meeting regarding this could be fulfilled in budget season. Like, we talk about all of this funding during that time. Perhaps we could kill two birds with one stone and save everybody some tax dollars.
So it does say 30 days. If you would probably need to amend that to say budget needs to be completed by, because then there's a failure to comply results in agenda placement directive there, so you need to adjust it somehow. So Commissioner, yeah, go ahead, you still have the floor.
Move to amend the resolution to take out the 30-day verbiage to allow for more time for a public meeting.
Did you want to specify, though, to budget session, or just leave it open?
Just leaving it open sounds good enough to me. It sounds as if we have that information pretty readily available, so.
Okay. Do you have the section, just so the clerk has it clear? The reporting section, so 5. Is there 30? I guess I'm trying to look to see where there's, I don't see 30 days either. Oh, no, it says, now therefore be resolved that the manager shall provide within 30 days. So that's in the, now therefore, so it's the middle of the first page. Maybe you just remove the within 30 days. Is that what you're requesting?
That would be sufficient, yes.
Okay, is there
Yes, just remove that whole sentence.
Perfect.
Now therefore be it resolved that the city manager shall provide within 30 days.
Now therefore be it resolved.
Yeah, I'm going to leave the now therefore be it resolved, and then I'll just go into the numbering.
Sounds good, thank you.
All right, is there a second for that, Commissioner Runberg?
Second.
All right. Any discussion on that amendment change? Is there, Commissioner Cubit?
Not on the amendment change, no.
Okay, is there any objection to the amendment change? Commissioner Charlebois?
I object. 30 days is plenty of time.
Okay, so we'll need to then vote on the objection.
So you're not voting on the objection, you're voting on the actual amendment. So a yes means you agree with the amendment to remove the sentence, a no means you do not agree with the amendment to remove the sentence. Is that clear? Hey, yep, you're good, go ahead. Do you have a question?
I'm sorry, one more time.
So a yes, we're basically just voting on the amendment. So a yes means you agree with the amendment, and no means you do not. Okay, so Commissioner Cubit.
Yes.
Coakley.
Yes.
Tenney.
Yes.
DeWitt.
Yes.
Rumberg.
Yes.
Charlebois.
No.
Morris.
Yes.
6 yes, 1 no.
Okay, so the, as amended passes, so now the amendment, so the amendment passes, now we vote on it as amended unless there's further discussion. All right, let's do a roll call vote on that.
Commissioner Coakley.
Yes.
Tenney.
Yes.
DeWitt.
Yes.
Rumberg.
Yes.
Charlebois.
Yes.
Morris.
Yes.
Cubit.
Yes.
7 yes.
Okay, so the motion as amended passes. Will the clerk please read the next item on the
The last item is the resignation that Commissioner Bernie Obershaw read earlier.
motion? Commissioner DeWitt.
Move to receive.
Motion to receive. Is there a second? Commissioner Tenney.
Second.
Any further discussion? Commissioner Coakley.
I really don't see the need for the second paragraph in there.
It's just to receive it. We don't.
It's just to receive. You're not approving it. It's just to receive. All right. Any other discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Tenney.
Yes.
DeWitt.
Yes.
Rumberg.
Yes.
Charlebois.
Yes.
Morris.
Yes.
Cubit.
Yes.
Coakley.
Yes.
7 yes.
Okay, motion's been received, has been approved. Is there any other business tonight?
Could I have a point of order?
Sure.
Do we have to do anything to initiate the, applications? Okay.
As far as receive, yes, the commission officers will be reviewing then the next process for starting for the third ward.
As quickly as possible?
Yeah, that'll be under discussion. Commission President.
If I may, we're to a point where we have to look at the calendar because we're very, very close to where a nomination would be within like 2 months of the election year opening and a year from the actual election. I'm going to do a little bit of checking on that, make sure we're not going to be any compliance issues, and then have a discussion. Reach out to some of you, to you guys, to try to figure out what we're looking at that. Because while I want the seat filled, I also don't want to have it flipped so quickly if there's an issue where it's so close to the date.
Oh.
One-on-one.
I guess point of order, we're not really.
Okay.
All right. There's no other business tonight, so we are adjourned.